the necessity for unity. Vayal Aaron l'sharet, chapter 28, verse 35. God told Moshe that the robe must be worn by Aaron in order for him to serve as Kohen Gadol, as a high priest. The unity of the Jewish people was reflected in the three primary garments of the Kohen Gadol, of the high priest. The names of the tribes that was engraved upon the breastplate, resting on the high Kohen Gadol, high priest's heart, that signified the righteous amongst us. The names of the tribes that were engraved on the stones of the ephod, which mainly covered the Kohen Gadol's back, that signified those Jews who deviated from the Torah and the ways of the Torah and returned to Judaism. And the bells and the pomegranates of the robe, that signified the Jews who were still struggling with their Yetzer Hara, with their evil inclinations. All of these Jews must be represented when the Kohen Gadol enters the sanctuary. Why? Because he must invoke merits, zechuyot, for all his people. That is common to all his people. The same thing for us. When we see individuals that need to be uplifted, we have to make sure that they're aware of who they are inherently. That they have a neshama, they have a soul, they possess a soul that is a chelek elokah, is divine. They have a soul that's divine. And by welcoming them back to Jewish life, observance, we help them reconnect with who they truly are inherently. And after this, we can help them get rid of whatever negative remains in their lives and help them increase, add in acts of goodness, of light and goodness and kindness. Again, thank you very much. בשורות טובות. וידעו כי אני השם אלוקיכם שהוצאתי אותם מארץ מצרים לשוכנים בתוכם. שמות פרק כ"ט pasuk מ"ו. God told Moshe Rabbeinu, the Jewish people will know that I am God, their God, who brought them out of Egypt in order to abide amongst them. There are people who complain, the way of the Torah puts us at a disadvantage. A chisaron. We have to observe the Shabbat and the holidays and the Chagim, but we also have to compete in business with people who don't observe the Sabbath, the Shabbat. Before going to work in the morning, we have to pray, attend a quorum, services in a quorum. We have to study the Torah. And then in the middle of a work day, we have to stop and pray the afternoon prayer, mincha. And then when we get home in the evening, we have to pray Arvit, Ma'ariv, the evening prayer, the night prayer. And obviously carries on to Kriyat Shema Shalamita, the recital of Shema before going to sleep. And then when it comes to work, the Jew can continue complaining and saying, at work, we have to be careful. We mustn't be dishonest or do anything improper or illegal. And we're also not allowed to compete with another person's business. So how do we survive? God replies in this pasuk, an eternal message. V'yadu ki ani Hashem Elokeichem. Jewish people will know, I am your God. I'm God, their God. I took them out of Mitzrayim, the land of Egypt, restrictions, limitations, in order to abide amongst them. God replies, I took you out of Egypt, says God to the Jew. Until then, not a single slave ever managed to escape from Egypt, as we know. And God took several million of Jews out of Egypt. And he showered the Jewish people with great wealth, as we know. So we see that God is not limited by the restrictions of nature. So says God, and this is a message from this pasuk, if you follow my directives, if you follow the directives of the Torah, that God will supernaturally reward you and make sure that you have shefa, an abundance of everything that you need, provided that you follow my ways.